What's up, everybody? Giancarlo here with Sublet. We are finally here at the finals. We have Andrew Duval on Green Kid versus Caven S on Law. Sorry.
Wow, that sounds very familiar.
Familiar because these two actually played in the final round of Swiss, and here they are getting the rematch. Duval did take it, so we can see if he gets his revenge or
If
if Caven can come
Caven
back.
gets his
So
revenge,
I
yeah.
wonder if 2 out of 3 is going to change the way we're going to see this matchup being played.
It'd be very interesting. You know, I wasn't commentating the last one yesterday, but I did walk by and see a lot of 8 drops on the board, and I wonder if we're going to see that again.
It was a what would you call it? A kaiju fight? Like this is what
It was a kaiju
it was
fight,
a kaiju
absolutely.
Fight, yeah. And that's the nature of best of one. If there's one less 8 drop in position, that game can go differently. So here we're going to have 3 games where we can see what's happening.
Yep.
Now. We do know that Duval has a higher seed, which means he gets to choose whether he wants to go first or second. And what do you think he's going to choose?
Well, that's interesting. So we know the Law player. We know Caben really likes to go second with Law. So Duval could make him go first, just to throw his game plan off a little bit. Like if Duval is aware, and he might be because he's played against him before, he might know that Law wants to go second here. The player specifically wants to go second. Throw him off his game, make him go first.
No, I absolutely agree. I think both decks just curve out better on second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
That additional card plus that additional Don is just huge in a lot of matchups, and especially this one. Putting Law on the odd number of Don just means he can play less characters to the board every turn, whereas Kid, it can still play Kiku. It can play Kiko on its second turn still, no matter going first or second, and then you can follow that up with laws and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, if we look at Law's curve, right?
Yeah.
So on turn 1, you play a 1-drop.
Yep.
Turn 2, you've got 3 done. You can play a 2-drop and a 1-drop, putting 3 character cards, or 3 1-drops, putting 4 character cards.
Yeah.
Then when you go to your next turn, you've got 3 more done. You could play Zoro and then still have 2 to go in Law and shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
But that is asking for a lot of 1-drops out of your hand.
Yeah.
Putting him on going first really makes it hard to get there on that 3rd turn, which Law really likes to do.
Yeah.
Law is a very Don-intensive deck, and we've seen many times how it can struggle to use its Don correctly, and that's one of the things that holds players back from the deck itself.
Absolutely.
Now, Caben is very good at this deck, and we've seen that, and he's going to use his Don efficiently every time.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that the Caven's deck is pretty built to handle Kid pretty well. He has Otama Jet Pistol and he has his own 8-drop, right?
Yeah.
So his deck is pretty well positioned to deal with Kid in their own way,
Absolutely, and we have seen. We've seen Caben several times on stream now, up against kids.
Yeah, and he's done fine, yeah.
He's done fine. We have seen Bonnie come in clutch.
Yeah, all right, looks like we're going to
All right,
start
so we're
off.
going to start. Now, it looks like... So, Kid has opened with very bad cards, and we're going to throw that hand back.
Throw 'em
It looked like
back.
2 7-drops, an Okiku. It's just no
Too
thank
slow,
you. And
too
a
slow.
Paradise Waterfall.
Yeah. They're like good cards, but just not here.
Not what we're looking for.
We want interaction cards. We want
Yeah.
Nekomamushi. We want Izo. Again, Okiku. Okiku's fine, but you can't just keep Okiku.
Now, we look at the Law hand. We've got Otama Jet Pistol,
Ooh.
Chopper, Nami, and I couldn't see the 5th card.
Looks like a Luffy.
It's a
5-cost Luffy.
It's a very interesting hand. So it's not the most playable of hands, but it is the most counterable with hand.
Yeah.
In a sense that you counter your opponent's plays.
Yeah.
Yesterday Duval did play 2 8-drops against
Yeah.
him, so he might be a little shell shocked
Yeah,
for that.
I think so.
It might be there might be some concerns of 8-drops coming down in this game and making things very difficult. Again, Law is a very Don intensive deck. Clearing that 8-drop without your own 8-drop is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
And it can take Law especially several turns to get through it, which just gives Kid the time that it needs to close out that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So we're just waiting right now. As we're going, I am curious, though. What do you think's going to win?
I mean, look, man. I'll probably never bet against Duval. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Not
end
to
of the
save
day,
money.
at the end of the day, bro, it's like anyone can take it. We've seen this matchup play out plenty of times, and it Law has the tools to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Law can establish their 8-drop first, protect it, and then crack back with Otama Jet Pistol, that's a very clean way to just end the game right there. We
It
saw
is.
basically once the first 8-drop dies, the board just shatters. So you want both players like have the opportunity to shatter the opponent's 8 drops, whether it's through playing a bunch of kaijus or through like an Otama jet pistol type of deal.
Now look at this. Duval made Caben go
Absolutely.
first. Throw
Yeah.
him off his game
should,
plan.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Now, we do see Duval's hand is not that spectacular.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of Rhizos in it. He drew a Bonnie for turn.
Okay.
That's
solid.
solid. Now, that Nami trades very favorably with Bonnie.
Yeah. So I wonder, it's tough if you play the Nami. I mean, excuse me, if you play the Bonnie for no value, it can just kind of get Nekomamushi'd. You're also aware that your opponent just added a Robin, so it makes you wonder: do I just fire this Bonnie off in order to try to find a more playable card for the following turn?
Also, you're incentivized to hold it a little bit to combo with Rhizo.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That Robin
Yeah.
is going to get some serious value in this
Yeah.
match. It looks like he's considering a poo.
Ooh, okay. So let me tell you, the reason why he's doing this is because if you do not establish a character here and your opponent is able to play a Bonnie and one blocker, then the Bonnie is generally protected. So you're playing this Scratch Mana Poo in order to threaten the Bonnie, basically.
And we will most likely see that a poo turn sideways this turn
I would think so.
because that Robin just clears it.
Yeah, you get your value out of it while we can.
Oh,
Okay, 6 and a Robin. I like
six
this a
of the
lot.
Robin
There
is
we go.
very nice.
It's so many resources
So
to
many
protect this.
resources. It's like the Robin just kind of goes down
Yeah.
here. And that's very interesting. The Apu kind of incentivized that Robin play,
Yeah,
which incentivized the counter play.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Just so 6 and a 4, like we said, we like to go
Even into even?
odd and odd,
Odd and odd.
and there you go. Because it
Absolutely.
would cost a 2K and an additional 1K to get out of that, and that is probably too many resources
too much.
for the Law to lose in the second turn.
Absolutely. Law still needs to establish the board. Like right now, Law's game plan is to build its board. You
Yeah.
can't be countering 2 cards out of your hand to save 1 card on your board. It just doesn't work. Robin's a good card,
Yeah.
but it's not that good. And now we do see Chopper, Bonnie in the hand.
It's
But these character cards on the board are going to make that Bonnie very difficult to utilize efficiently.
Yeah, and it's so funny. You know what I really like about this matchup in particular is that the early game is like like a weenie fight. Like it's like little things attacking little things. Oh, and a Punk Gibson, very good. That's a very very solid life trigger there. So anyway, I like it how it's little things attacking little things, and then at the end of the game, it's giant things attacking giant things. So they really scale together.
Absolutely. Law could very easily lose his board this turn
Yeah.
and still get attacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we going to see Chopper Beige come down here? We're going to see
Yeah.
Chopper and we're going to see Beige.
There we go.
And that's still not enough to protect the Bonnie.
No, I mean, yeah, these 3Ks can just turn sideways and get into it. Not to mention we're at 6 Dawn now, so we have a plethora of options, including our own Law that we can play,
Which we did, in fact, get off of the
which
life.
we got off of the line.
So we can swing Ezo and then we can Law
Yeah.
and Ezo down one of the
Yeah.
blockers.
And Kaban knows. He's like, look, I'm not getting value out of this
Yeah,
Bonnie.
it's
It is what it
It's
is.
gone. It's gone. Now we don't even need to Law. We can.
Yeah,
And we're
there you go.
going to. But we could have
And-
gone an Okiku line
yeah.
if we really wanted.
Pick up the Izu. Well, we
put
did
up
go
the
Kiku.
Okiku,
There
yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
So just a
Beautiful.
super solid turnaround. This Okiku is a huge problem card for the Law deck.
It is. Now we do see the
Play
jet
our own
pistol.
Bonnie. Yeah.
But that jet pistol, really, you wanted it for the 8-drop,
Yeah.
and now you have 2 juicy targets
Yeah,
for it. And
yep.
it's going to be very hard to hold it.
The problem is you see a Kiku, and you know your opponent has Izo in hand because they added it back.
Yep.
If you do not deal with this Kiku, your entire board is gone the
Just
following
gone.
turn.
Just completely gone.
So you need to prioritize removing the Kiku, unfortunately.
And you can't even understate the fact that that Apu is sitting there saying your Radical Beam is not going to work
No.
because I'm going to tap down your Dun with this card when I'm
Exactly.
ready to go
Which
in.
is just hilarious.
It is. It is. Scratch Man Apu.
Yep.
Did you know he has an effect? We. It's a good one.
It's a solid effect. It's the fact that he's a 2K makes you not want to play him ever.
That is true, but I mean, we might actually see that Apu
He was forced into playing.
turn
it, yeah.
off
The
a
Radical
Radical
Beam.
Beam
That's
or
insane.
force awkward plays from the Law player to
Yeah.
keep safe for the Radical Beam.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Now we see Laws on 5 cards in hand and only 2 on board.
Yeah.
While Kid is
4 and 4.
oof,
So
Kid,
he's just up in value and up in. He has a Bonnie too. He has
Kid
Kiku.
has 5.
He has 5 in hand.
Yeah, and one of them's an 8-drop.
One of them name drop. Nice, 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 nice.
So like
Yeah.
right now,
And
if you're
finals.
Duval, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, go ahead, jet pistol one of these cards, so I can play this 8-drop if I want to.
Yes.
I don't have to, but if I
Yeah.
want to, I certainly can.
There's only so many jet pistols in a deck, you know.
Yep, absolutely. Burn it on my 3-drop.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I dare you.
Mm.
All right. And Law just trying to figure out where he wants to go with this turn. We're going to see
There we
pay 2
go.
for Nico. And we're going to put that Okiku sideways with this, I'm imagining.
Man. I wonder
We
if
could
he's.
put a Bonnie,
Yeah.
but, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we're
Okay.
going for the Bonnie. He feels that far behind.
Yeah.
It might be time for Chopper and Shake
It might be.
to turn sideways.
Yep. We're
Okay,
just
we're
gonna
gonna
go
do a
7 here. Very smart because you know, look, you know he has Ezo in hand, so this is a way to make him burn that Ezo.
Yeah, which matters.
It really matters, and you know you have to make the decision as Duval is like, okay, is this Ezo worth more than the Bonnie? Because with this Ezo, I can clear the entire board.
Yeah. And it's not like it's an Apu that Bonnie can find. Bonnie
It-
cannot find Ezo
no.
and cannot find Momo.
No,
Okay, and then we're gonna pay 3 for a Robin.
sure.
All right.
These just now we get to play our Ezo. I would say.
Now Okiku is gonna have to go face unless we play that Ezo. But I
you
think we're
want-
playing that Ezo.
Oh no, never
he-
mind. He said
we
I
drew a Nico.
Cat Viper.
That's pretty good. Well,
There we go.
uh,
We're gonna 6 and a
say
4.
goodbye to your board, I
Rest
guess.
and Echo.
Oof.
Very interesting.
3 cards left in the Law player's
Swing in
hand.
there.
We're not even gonna bother going for your face this turn.
Mhm.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
You know, we're kids at 3 life
Yeah.
right now
And we
too.
just continue to establish characters.
Yeah. Just make the board more and more threatening. We've got this
Yeah, play
Raizo.
Raizo
It's going to
plays.
net me value.
Yep.
I've got this Law to protect it. It's just, it's
Yeah.
such a good Raizo play
Yeah.
right now. That Raizo is probably very protected.
Why do you think he went after Nekomamushi instead of Chopper?
Well, it's Law.
Yeah.
So Nekomamushi can get its effect again.
Mm.
Chopper cannot.
Hmm.
Chopper's just a blocker.
Yeah.
Now, I see,
I generally prioritize removing red cards because red swaps into
No,
the
that's fair.
5-drop law.
that is fair, removing his red
But you're
source, but he
right.
doesn't have enough cards in hand to even establish those sources
You're right.
right
So
now.
maybe he went after Neko. He maybe, and I can't read his mind. Maybe he went after Neko to kind of protect Raizo.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you play 5-drop law and recycle Neko, you could rest the Raizo and go after it that way.
Absolutely. This just removes the most options.
Yeah. Here we're gonna
I
go
think.
block and go to 7. Very nice. And we're just gonna slam our 8-drop pass. Okay.
All right, Kaiju
Is
time.
it time? You know, do we just go okay?
Do we respond in kind?
Thank you, Nekomamushi. You did a great job. You can now leave my board for my kaiju, like my
Mhm.
8-drop.
Yeah.
You know, Andrew's board is a little more impressive, I would say.
A little bit. And the Raizo could even just attack to draw a card
Yeah, it could.
after something else swings.
It is then protected by the 8-drop, right?
It is. Yeah, potentially. It depends on if Duval even
If
wants
he
to
wants to,
play
yeah.
the 8-drop right now. He doesn't have to, but it looks
Yeah.
like he's going to. Now, this is an interesting question. Do you get rid of Apu or Nico? I think you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get rid of Nico. I
Yeah,
have to agree with what he's thinking,
Yeah.
but that's interesting.
yeah. It's gotta just be what's better with law. It's
Yeah,
like you
what's
said.
better
So
with Law?
so adding a 2K to my hand is cool, but like my opponent has 2 blockers, and if I need to recycle this Neko, that's probably more functional. Now here's the question of just that.
Now we
here
see
we
it pass. My 8-drop threatens
Drop
yours.
pass. We're gonna play the Kaijus, and then boom. Duval doesn't want to rely on his 8-drop too heavily because of Tama Pistol. It's very smart. If he attacks
Speaking
with
of
like,
Otama Pistol,
if he attacks with Kiku and stuff, it's just like, well,
you give your opponent
Yeah.
more options.
generally the first 8-drop to go, the board cracks afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, another
Wow.
one. I got the sauce.
Oh my
He does have 2
goodness.
Dawn up though. and
That's going to snipe that 8-drop. No, the 8-drop is now in danger.
Yes, so smart.
Oof. Oof.
Give me a break.
Ooh.
Oh, well, we saw a double 8-drop from Andrew and Swiss, and now we're seeing double 8-drop from Kevin.
Kaiju fight. Let them fight.
Let's go.
Let
Now,
them fight.
I will actually say, if Kevin can protect his 8-drop here, then he is in a huge position.
Yep. Now, I do think that you rest the red source there. I agree with what you were saying
Yeah.
earlier. I think the red source. Well, no, you rest the green source to force the red
To
source
force the red source to
That's
block,
Right. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. And there goes the 8-drop.
There we go. We're just
then
gonna
Raizo's just
get a
gonna go
free
ahead and
one.
get a
Get
free
a
card.
Bonnie. Yes, double Bonnie in here.
Oh man. Do you
Alright.
start going after the face?
Um.
We're going to replace Nekomamushi with a Don.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Now what are we looking for? We're looking for a 7. He's got a 7. We're looking for an 8. He's got a few options. He's got a Law and a 7-drop kid.
Mm-hmm.
Few options.
We're
Going for
going to take
Law.
that Law. We do have 5 Don.
Yeah.
The problem is we just have too much on the board.
We got yeah,
We're starting to
Yeah.
neg a little bit here.
absolutely. Okay. All right, playing around Jet Pistol. Equip one Don to our Trafalgar Law so it can't get pistoled.
Yep.
And here we go, swinging 8.
You love to see people play around Jet Pistol.
love it,
makes
yeah.
me so happy.
So Caven just, refilling his hand here. And I'm not going to lie, does he have Otama Pistol?
He does.
Oh, he's playing fast. Okay, he has it.
Oh yeah, look, see what he just put to the top of his
Yeah,
hand?
okay, you're right.
He
you're
put the
right.
Otama pistol right to the top. And
Yeah.
now this is what he's been looking for. He's
Yeah.
been looking for Duval to hide behind the 8-drop.
Yes, and now you can crack the board in a
Yeah.
sense.
You make the play.
Yeah,
That's-
your 9-drop. I mean, your 8-drop swings 9 beautifully into this Kiku.
She's down.
You
yeah,
can
absolutely.
You can do some protection.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, sorry, a little bit of a question there.
mhm. I mean, it's just like this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah,
So we're gonna see.
there
Here's
we
the
go.
Otama. Yep, absolutely. And are we gonna see him jet pistol it, or does it just attack it?
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
You could probably force some resources out of the hand if you decide to attack it.
Hmm. I don't know. He's got a lot of. He's got another Otama.
Yeah,
He could very easily Otama it to 4 if he really wanted to.
that's something. That's kind of tough. Not gonna lie.
A little bit. A little bit. He does need to get to 5 characters.
Yeah, he does. We want to establish characters and do some shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
He can just save the pistol for the law, realistically,
He can. He really can.
Yeah,
Which might be what he's thinking about right now.
yeah.
But this is definitely the turn he's been looking for. He wants the kid player to hide behind the 8-drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
This is not bad. You're just
No.
you want to force. You just pick and choose what you want to force here.
Mm-hmm. And we see a 10 on a 6,
10
which is
and a
good.
6.
Plays around Gibson.
There you go.
And that was as good as jet pistoling the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah. Same thing, really. We're in the same scenario here.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And then we're gonna go ahead and clean up now.
Yep. No, I'm not mad at that. Now,
Nope.
what do? You try to clean up the Okiku a little bit?
You can go Okiku, you could go Bonnie, you could go Raizo. You've got some great options,
Yeah.
honestly. Kiku is the most threatening.
Yeah.
Bonnie, you could technically swing on with Chopper if you wanted.
Yeah. It's gonna get rested anyway, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Mm.
You can't get to 5 characters that well.
Pod number
But
21 to the back of the room. Pod number 21.
I
If
like
you're
it.
in pod
It's
number
beautiful.
21, go to the back of the room, please.
This is 1-to-1, so he could
Yep.
protect it
he
if he
could
wanted.
protect it, but
Then the leader just swings into it.
yeah. Now, if we can clear the Kiku here, if we have one blocker, our 8-drop feels a little safe at least. Like
Yeah.
it's going to require some resources. For
Oh,
sure.
there we go, and we're gonna go after
We're
the.
going to go after it. So there's an Otama.
So Kiku now at 3K.
Kiku's a 3K. We could put this 2 down on our leader
Yeah.
and guarantee its demise.
Yep. Or we could try to establish another 1-drop. Looks like he has a chopper in his hand.
We have seen 2 Punk Gibsons come down
Yeah.
already. What are the odds that he has the third
Yeah,
one?
I think-
110%?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Duval really wants to protect this. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be just very strong at resting the blocker. Okay.
Absolutely. It's going to be extremely important in clearing this kid.
Yeah, and now here's the question of how much Don do I put on the Kiku? The Kiku does have a clear attack into the A-drop. There's 1 Don up, which means Radical Beam is in play. It's on the table. So how much Don can we really put on this Kiku to make it? And the answer is 8. The rest of the chopper.
Well, 8's pretty good because there's only 2 cards.
Yeah,
You only have to get through 2.
yeah. You just gotta attack it twice, and guess what? My leader does a pretty good job.
It really does. It really does because the leader could be a 9 if you really wanted it.
Yeah,
And then that 8 drops down.
Yeah.
And then Law's out of cards in hand too, if that
Yeah.
happens.
for sure. Sorry, we're talking a little bit quietly because we don't want the players to hear us. There's a little bit of a try not to get hyped. It's an exciting matchup.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, he's just letting
And
it
it just-
go.
yeah, it just-
very,
it just
very
goes.
good.
And then free. And then free.
There we go. And this is the second card Rizo has drawn. Just incredibly powerful.
Are we going to see another Rizo here? Or are we going to see a
He
Law
has-
untapped Kiku?
Law, pick up Kiku, replay Kiku. Yeah.
So many plays right now. So many
Crazy.
options. The Law player, not as many options. We're just
No.
we're just gonna go ahead and play this other Kaiju.
Yep. Insurance against a bigger card. Yeah, I like it.
Something bad happening.
You know.
And then we look at the Law player's hand. There's just no gas. No
Yeah.
gas whatsoever. It's a blocker, a Robin, and a Radical. Beam.
Yeah.
It's just, we lack the gas that we need
Yeah.
to move forward. And I don't know if we're gonna make it to the next gas station.
I don't think we are.
That gas station being Bonnie.
Yeah. You equip 4 Dawn to Otama here, like. I mean, you
Take a
have
Rizo out.
you have the Dawn to spare.
Okay, we've got 9. But does that 9 just go after a Kiku?
I would think so, maybe. Like, or Rizo. Like, you want to
You're staring down game 2
Lethal,
already.
yeah.
Lethal is
the more
very presented right
the more
now.
characters that Duval has on the field, the easier it is for him to kill you. So
And right now, Law is asking himself, how much Dawn do I have to put to take this Kiku out? Kiku has to go down right here,
Yeah.
right now, or it's over.
I feel like I mean, like, I don't know. If you don't really have any follow up, it would be leave 2 up, swing, play chopper, right?
Yeah, I feel like that would be good.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to see a 10. 10 is
10 is good.
probably enough to get the
Yes,
Kiku, and it
solid.
absolutely is.
Solid.
Yeah, kid's like, you know what? You got it. Good job, play your blocker. I'm sure you have one.
There we go. Playing Robin. Playing.
And that's it. One card in hand. This Rizo is threatening.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you might as well just, you're gonna, you swing 8 first, that way, swing 8 first, then swing 5
I think
Rizo.
you swing 9 if you're going to swing any number because you see that one Donna.
Yeah.
Oh,
Said no.
you know what? We're actually just going to go ahead and take
Yeah.
this board away from you first.
Sure.
Now we can swing 8 on Robin.
Alex Krasnik,
Certainly. is.
odd 21.
In theory, we could swing on it with
Enter the
Rizo,
main
but we got to swing at the kid first anyway. So we'll just do that. We could easily put a Dawn on this Rizo, swing
Yeah.
5. Because 5 is just a great number to attack his leader with right now.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. And you're incentivized to try not to take this because you're very worried about the leader effect. But the leader can only go to 7.
Alright.
Oh, what is it?
Not sure.
Is it another Radical Beam, maybe? Give the leader +1? He's like, see? Well, it's a trigger of some kind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's going to take it. Okay, it must be a Radical Beam.
It might be.
All right, so we see another 5 at the leader. No reason to put anything behind this. My opponent just wanted to trigger that card. I know he can't counter with it. So I'm just going to go 5 here.
Yep.
And let's see how Law responds to that. He's going to respond with a Radical Beam.
Wow.
We're going to go ahead and put that Ezo back
Play a
and
Rizo.
play another Rizo. And this is just getting...
Yep.
This is going in the wrong direction fast for the Law player.
Yep. One thing you notice about the way, like, Andrew and we've noticed about
Oh, it was a
Kaden,
jet
too,
pistol. It was a jet pistol.
is that neither player is like,
This
Yeah.
just feels like a spiteful jet pistol.
yeah, neither player is like bloodthirsty. You know, they're
Yeah.
more than content with taking turn after turn,
Mhm.
especially like, well, I know I'm safe, so like, there's no reason to put myself in a bad position. You know,
Right? There's no reason to lose the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we see just
7 there.
7 at Rizo.
I like it.
We can definitely just protect this, and we're going to.
Yep, blocking, get rid of a 1K.
Get rid of a Bonnie.
4. Yeah, there we go.
That's hilarious.
Is that 4, right?
That's a 4,
Yep,
so we're just
and
going to get out of that. It's not happening.
There we go.
This Rizo's too much value.
Yep.
And this is going to be the turn that we just
Right, I
go
was gonna
in.
say now it's looking a little more far away.
Yeah.
3v3 players. Your round 2 pairings have been posted. We moved
That's
to the other side
sold
of
it.
the room. So we're going to be at the
Unfortunate.
opposite side of the room, towards the back.
8 at the leader, that's a damage.
Yeah.
And
Might
we're
as well
just
draw 2
5.
cards.
Once again, round 2 has not been posted.
You know what? We're just going to 5.
There you go. Game 1.
Game
Duval
1
taking it.
goes to Duval.
1 game away from being your Treasure Cup champion.
Yeah. You know what? That didn't look very close. There was a moment there where it
Yeah.
started to, but just we saw Law did not see any of its good gas. Its
Ye-
Bonnie got cleared very
Yeah.
quickly. Its Nami got cleared very quickly, and there was just no reestablish.
What was cool was that he got double 8-drop, but he wasn't able to cycle behind that. Normally, after you establish your 8-drop, you want to cycle Namis and Bonnies in order to keep your hand full in order to
absolutely.
protect it. And he just couldn't. He was just too low on resources to further protect it past that point. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now we're gonna see how many 8-drops do you think are gonna come down this game?
Several.
So
Quite a-
if you had to
quite
guess,
a
if you had to
few.
guess,
Quite a few.
I think we're gonna see 3 8-drops total this game.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right. So now Law gets to pick. Law's going second.
Mhm.
Is that what we're predicting there?
I would think so. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I said, you just curve better going second. Might as well go second.
And that extra card matters a lot.
Absolutely.
Especially you see how Duval's playing. He's not giving you resources.
Mm-mm.
Every
No.
card in your hand is it's all you
Counts.
got. It's all you got. Those better be
Yeah.
Bonnies.
Yep.
We also saw a lot of good use of Law Okiku combos from the Kid player.
Yep.
One of the best feelings you get when you're playing Kid is when you Law Okiku.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you switch a Bonnie for it.
Yep.
It's very powerful. We're just waiting right now for them
Mm-hmm.
to shuffle up.
Make sure it's nice and random, boys.
Yep. need to randomize. Need to make sure Onigashimas are not sticking together.
Yep. We want to see exactly 0 Onigashima this game.
Exactly 0. Yes. And
Here
here
we
we
go.
go.
We're headed into game 2 of
Of the finals.
Phew.
Of the finals.
It's been an
Yeah.
incredible week of the One Piece
I
TCG
think this is a mulligan from Law.
from the law.
From the Law. Yes. It's double 5-drop.
Oh.
Izo, Chopper, and Jet Pistol. Like that is not great.
Is that Izo or Robin?
That's Izo.
Okay.
I know,
Okay.
that's Izo. And
Yeah.
we're gonna see Duval go ahead and throw that hand back, and we're gonna see Law do it
Yep.
well.
Double mulligan.
Duval's probably going first then, because Law was waiting to see if Kid kept the hand or not.
Interesting.
Yeah, going
because- yeah.
first picks the mulligan first.
Mm,
So that's what he was waiting for there.
yeah.
And so
So if your opponent,
because I think that was a snap throwback. I don't think there was
Right.
really any consideration to.
but it's like if your opponent keeps, then you're like, oh, their hand is good. I would also need a better hand.
we also want them to think your hand is good.
Yeah.
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 Because if my opponent snap throws back and my hand is suboptimal, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it back. You know what? We can do better. We can
Yeah.
do better
For sure.
So, all right. Now here we go. Time to begin game 2. Both players on a full mult.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are you trying to do?
Duval's dice needs to be on 5.
No, it's fine. He'll fix it, bro. He'll fix it.
All right. So we see Bonnie come down from Kid, and then Law's gonna go ahead
Law,
and go.
in fact, does not start at 2 life. There,
Yeah,
look.
there
look.
we go.
Give him a second.
All right, and both players seeing a Bonnie this time.
Oh, then we got a
Gordon.
Gordon. That's right. Gordon,
Gordon is bottom draw
nope. Bottom it and
Yeah,
next
bottom
something
it.
3.
and next something 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a really cool card.
Oh, and here comes the Neko.
Oh, and
That's
just-
the you hate to see it. You really just don't want to see
Yeah,
that.
but
at
he's gonna go
all.
ahead and crack his Bonnie in order to, do the same thing, basically.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to see is
Yeah.
Law.
18 players.
Yep.
Welcome to round 2. You have 35 minutes. You may begin.
Bonnie,
Add Bonnie.
get Bonnie, and Law's over here. Like, can I also get one of those
Yeah.
Bonnies, please?
Give me that card real quick. Let me
Yeah,
borrow that.
I'm gonna need to use that if you don't mind here.
Let me borrow a cup of sugar.
Yeah, and all of a sudden with the Bonnie down,
Yeah.
Law is just like, what do I do with these cards?
Yeah.
I need more, and I'm
Mhm.
just not getting them. It'd be really nice if the Kid would attack the leader.
Yep.
But-
Absolutely.
But after all of the laws that the Duval has had to go through to get
Yeah.
here today, He knows better.
Now's not the time to start.
Now is not the time to start. So, I mean, you're definitely going to attack the Bonnie. Whether it's with Gordon or with Law, you're attacking the
Oh,
Bonnie.
there we go. Playing the Brook.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? That'll do it.
That'll do.
That'll do it. And then we're going to pay 2 for
There
Nico
we
and take
go.
it out.
Just
Okay.
clear the board here.
Very nice. Very nice.
Clear the board and establish our own board now.
Yeah. Law's like, you know what? You wanted to play board
Yeah.
control last time? I'll play board control too.
Mm-hmm.
And Duval considering
he has Law,
protecting this.
which would be a very nice way to clear.
And yep, and he protects.
Yeah. It would
Counter
be,
3 cards out of hand to do it, but it is a full clear potential.
Yeah.
Well, not a full clear,
it's
but
just
a
yeah.
very strong clear.
Your opponent is very low on resources.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And
We're
we
just
remove
attacking
it. Wow.
Yep.
And that's the only green source as well.
Yep. Now Law
Now Law is
drawing to 4. Trying Robin.
Yeah.
This is not the way you want to start this.
no, and clearing that Nico is so
Yeah.
important because it can't be recycled now with his
You know-
own Law.
You know, last game we talked about body language a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks as if, Caven is getting a little bit more frustrated here.
Yeah. I would be a little bit more frustrated
Yeah.
at this is not going great so far.
Nah, it's not
Still a lot of game to be played.
a lot of game to be played. We know we can see both players like very aggressively pressuring board as opposed to pressuring a leader.
Yep. And then the 7 drop comes down, and this
Yeah.
is the one where you're like, of course it does. Of course it does. Yeah.
Yep.
As is tradition. As is
it should be.
tradition.
What's next? You gonna 8-drop me?
Yeah.
Just, there you go. A
Ooh,
Nami off the
Nami
top.
off the top.
That can start a little something.
It can. It's not quite the refueling that he
Mhm.
wants
Yeah.
with a Bonnie, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
And we do have targets. We see Zora, Robin, like plenty of interesting targets. We also have this Robin on the board right now, so we're gonna get rid of that cat this turn.
Dude, I think he might choose not to attack at all. I mean,
He might. He might. He has
You could- if
he has
you
a few options.
yeah. So we saw last game like the double punk Gibson out of the life. Like
Mhm.
if you
It was
get
so big.
if you get Gibson here, it's probably game over.
Yeah, it is.
Like you got to deal the damage eventually.
You do.
But it might not be this turn.
Okay, we see another Robin come
Mhm.
down. Are we gonna see a pistol on the Law?
Oh, you're so far behind.
You are. You don't really want to give the kid player too many more resources.
Mhm.
He used a lot of resources
Just
to protect the
yeah.
Nico Mamushi. It is a thought that
Yeah.
you just do not attack yet, and you try to build your board while he tries to build his.
Yeah.
If none of your cards turn sideways, if he wants to turn
Mhm.
something sideways, it's your leader that he's got to go after.
Yeah. Here we go. Playing Brook on.
On Robin. And
There
we're,
we go.
We're
We're
gonna go
gonna
ahead and swing.
attack. And
And that's a free damage.
let's see. Is this Gibson? Oh no. Oh, it's Mamushi.
I know. I saw it.
Wow. Sorry, I try not to get too hype. Yep, just using the leader ability to just return it to hand. I
Put it
like
back in
it.
hand.
I like it.
He's like, the only way
Yeah.
you can attack me this turn, other than attacking my leader, is if you have exactly Nico Mamushi or Izo.
Yeah. Guess what, buddy? Got some bad news for you.
It'd be really nice if you didn't have those cards.
Yeah. So what do you think? You turn the Robin sideways?
It looks like we're actually going to just start attacking the leader now.
Okay, so again, I'm gonna try to get into Duval's head here. You swing 5 maybe to bait the 6K
You do,
block. That
you
way
do.
you can just.
Mhm.
"Ah, I'm just gonna swing my big Eustace into your Law.
Absolutely.
Just a little bit of a bait.
Yep.
You know.
And
There we
okay,
go.
and here we go. And it's kaiju time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Law seeing I mean not Law. Kid seeing I'm at 4 life. You're not taking me down this turn. You know
No.
what? I'm gonna go ahead and put you in a bad position.
But again, we have the Dama pistol.
Do in fact have the Dama
Wow.
pistol.
Also establishing the 5th character to the board. You can. We're gonna
It's so good.
we're gonna see some shenanigans this turn.
Shenaniganery is afoot.
We are gonna see some shenanigans.
Yes. We're gonna see some rooming, some shambling.
Yeah.
All right, and interesting. He might want to hold the Tomachet pistol
He
for
might. For when it's.
when Kid hides behind it.
Yep. He might.
It's very possible.
You
very
can do some
possible.
cycling with the Nami. I mean, the Nami here.
Mhm, absolutely. Well, he has a Law in hand too.
Yeah.
So his options are there. Unlike last game, he actually is at a point
Yeah.
where he has options. He
Yeah.
has plays. And okay, so we're gonna go ahead and see a chopper come down, and then we got a leader effect.
Mhm.
We're gonna replace this
Mhm.
Nami.
And let's see. You're gonna pick up the Brook here.
Probably
perhaps.
pick up the Brook, and put down Nami again.
Does get your card.
It does,
Yeah.
and that's what we're gonna do. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go and do that.
It's gonna net us a card here.
Hopefully. Oh my goodness.
Well,
That was close.
yeah.
That was very close.
Okay.
Oh no, there was a
2
broke.
options.
Okay,
Yeah, we
alright.
didn't see that. Okay, so he's broke and so does he want a 2K or does he just want? Oh, he's had.
Probably the 2K.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has 2 Robins in play already, right?
yeah.
So
You're also concerned your opponent just attacked you twice.
yes.
You're starting to get a little nervous that maybe the game plan has shifted.
Yeah. Maybe he's like without like a lot of clear options here. It's like Duval could just turn sideways double leader swing, and
He
it's like
could.
there you go, discard your whole hand,
Yeah.
please.
No, because Kid has a lot of big cards on the board.
Yeah.
And it's intimidating. Now, there is a significant amount of blockers on Law's side.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's 9.
That's 9. So we could do a damage here.
We could. Do we have a radical beam in hand? It looks like we. I can't tell if we do or
I
not.
can't tell.
Okay, so that's 9. Yep, easy
Okay.
take. Now is it Gibson? No, looks like
So-
a killer blocker.
Look like Kiku to me.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, a Punk Gibson there would just be
I
devastating.
do wear glasses. It's hard to see.
Do wear glasses. All right, and so we're gonna go ahead and just set our Don out here. And how do we want to use it?
Yeah, we have so many options.
So many options.
The fact that so he did attack last turn, in order to apply some form of pressure. So why not attack again this turn? It would really only cost you 1 Don, minimum to attack with the 7-drop.
Yeah. So we see two Don for Nico.
Never mind.
Nico Mamushi.
Looks like we're attacking the board.
We're gonna go ahead and take this board down if you don't mind. Or we could put the chopper down and go in. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what he's thinking about right
Yeah,
now.
I
He's like,
think
do I
so.
put this chopper down and go in? Or do I put that Robin down and clean this up?
And clean it up.
No.
I'm trying to go to dinner early. Let's get this game going, buddy.
I'm trying to go to Disney. What are we doing?
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Look at that.
And he can do a little bit of he can still attack the chopper with something if he really wants. Again.
And playing around the
Playing
jet
around that
pistol.
jet pistol.
I love it. I love to see it.
Mhm. All right, 5.
5.
Again,
Do
just
it. Block me.
baiting.
Block
Yes,
me. I
block
dare
this.
you.
Go ahead.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Yep. Now I just attack my 8 and my 9 into your law, and you just lose a lot. Like
Absolutely.
I'm cleaning up this board one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning up the board or cleaning up the game. Something's
Yeah.
happening though.
5.
Kid just in such a commanding position right
Again,
now.
what do we want now? What does Law want to discard? What does he want to discard?
Not Otama.
Yeah. That's what.
We know Law has 2 Brooks in hand right now.
Yeah.
So a five is easy to get out of.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and
Yep. There we
Okay.
go.
And there we go.
Easy,
Yep. And
yeah.
immediately.
All
Immediately.
right. We're gonna see the radical beam now
Mhm.
because Law is at 2 life. It is a +4.
Yep.
Easily getting out of that 8.
I'm sure there was a twinkle in Duval's eye when
Yeah.
that Law turned sideways.
Yeah.
You're like, that's exceptional.
Yeah. And here we're going 9 into 6. It
Which
would
means
just,
I'm gonna need those 2 Brooks out of your hand.
it would be very costly to protect
Mhm.
this. Not saying you can't, but it would also. I mean, it would open up a spot on the board as well. So
Yeah. But losing that Law hurts.
it hurts. Yeah.
There's still 5 Don up. There's still another attacker.
Yeah.
There's still the leader again if necessary.
Yeah. For sure.
Like there's still so much aggression
Yeah.
on the Kid player's side that you just have to account for. And it's like, do I discard these 2 cards?
Mm-hmm.
If I do, then I force his attacks into the Law again. And it's easier to protect a 6 than it is to protect a 5.
Oof. And we're
And
going
we're
for
gonna go ahead and do this. And
Yeah,
then we
sure.
see it.
another card, please.
Casual 7, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an Izo.
Now. What?
Now are we gonna Law replace Nika Mamushi with an Okiku?
Or do you? Yeah.
And that's exactly what we
Solid.
do.
There
And
we
we're
go.
we're hiding behind this 8 drop. We're
Mhm.
hiding behind a Law blocker, a 7 drop blocker.
Yeah.
This is a crazy board on Kid's side. You
Yeah.
know, this is where you really wish you had a 10 drop Kaido.
Wouldn't be the worst idea here.
No, it would not. You reach into your Yu-Gi-Oh deck, get
Yeah.
Raigeki.
Yeah.
This is not looking great. So there's a lot to get around here. You could use your leader's effect to swap Nami for something, but more than likely you just want to pay 1 for the Otama and Jet Pistol the 8 drop.
Mm. Yep.
Oh, we're gonna see what other options we have.
Okay.
That's another Robin.
Nami into Nami. Looks like I see a Robin and a Chopper.
Robin and a Chopper, yeah. And 2 Bonnies,
go.
just straight to the bottom with those Bonnies.
My
that
cousin,
hurts.
my cousin Tony.
Yep. Tony.
Tony. Actually, does he have a pistol? Is that 3 cards?
It must have been a Radical Beam the whole time.
It
not a
was.
pistol.
Wow. Our mistake. Yeah, sorry.
Our
They looked a little
mistake.
similar. Okay, so then that's devastatingly bad.
It is. The Robin can clear the Kiku, but
Is
Oh.
it worth? You can swap, pick up Nami, play nothing, replay Nami, or replay. Yeah, we're just gonna
just go 8. Just
my bad.
my bad.
You want this? We're just gonna go 8 in. Man, that's pretty tough.
That is. It's very tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how many cards Duval has in hand, but it's more than 0.
Yeah.
I think. It must be. He put the Nico back in hand. That's right.
Okay.
All right, so counter out, and then
Swapping.
Otama. Otama's going to go ahead and shrink something. We might shrink the Kiku so that Robin can clear it.
Yeah.
We might shrink the 8-drop so that maybe
Clear it.
maybe we can clear it. It's just the Law player is just not in a great spot right now.
No.
All right, and only 5 down remaining to 7, so it must be a 6 right
Yeah.
now. And you know what?
Wow. Okay.
You know what? You
Letting
got
it
it.
go.
You got it. Don't need it anymore.
Nah.
The Law player might actually be a little surprised that
Yeah.
that worked.
Yeah. Just 7 into 6. I guess he probably just valued like the other cards that are currently on as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty difficult to. That's a little. I don't know. Does he just have another one?
I think enough resources were put into it,
Yeah.
honestly.
And here we're going 9 at 6. Also dead. Wow.
Also gone. All right.
How many cards did Duval have in here? Looks like not that many.
Not that many. And one of them's another Kiku.
Mm.
So he might just not be able to counter. And we just immediately go
Yeah.
ahead and put this Don on this wall.
Yeah.
We're not getting Jet Pistol today. Thank
Yeah.
you. Have a nice day.
Yeah. And he's obviously attacking with the law because Kiku
Yeah. And 7 is
is just gonna
big.
rest. 7.
7. And it was a Jet Pistol.
Oh, and he's not even equipping a Don because of
There it
wow
is.
and he wow.
There it
The
is.
2-0 and
There it
Duval
is.
is your Treasure Cup champion.
Duval is
That is insane.
Wow.
Somebody
Duval.
stop this man.
Andrew Duval taking home, going undefeated in Swiss,
Wow.
and then undefeated today. too.
Undefeated today.
My
What is
goodness.
that?
My goodness.
13 games in a row.
It's a number of them. It's definitely, yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy, and that was a commanding finals. That was an absolutely commanding final. So we'll go ahead.
That was a quick 2-0, bro.
Oof, it
That
was.
was tough. Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get Andrew Duval
Yeah.
up here, and we'll talk to him.
Yeah.
So he'll be up here in a couple seconds.
Yeah. Hey, George, will you grab him?
Has finished, and your Treasure Cup Miami champion, undefeated through Swiss, is Mr. Andrew Duval with Houston's Captain Kidd.
You've never heard that before, have you? First off, congratulations.
Thank you, Billy.
Very nice. You went undefeated yesterday. You went
Yeah.
undefeated today.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, man. How you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good. I don't know. I just I didn't think necessarily like I just wanted to like top 8 because the
Yeah.
rest of it is like
Money.
whatever. But I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna play a consistent deck that I know in and out and I can play well, and I know it's like I know how to play the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's shown a lot. I think it's very interesting right now in the meta. It's not gonna last much longer, but basically how you build your kid deck, and I built a version of it that is very good against Law. And I only
Okay.
played against 2 Law, but it was a very good player in both times. So I got rewarded for playing 4 Laws that return and bounce, because that is huge in that matchup to keep recycling my Nekomamushi. You saw I defended one.
Yes, I was
just
going to
threw my
bring that
hands
up, actually.
because I was like, this might win me the game right here because he attacked with that Gordon. If he
Yep.
didn't attack with the Gordon, I wouldn't have done that. But he attacked with the Gordon. This kills two of his things. This is going to slow down the game because that's what you want to do as Kid in that matchup. If you can slow down the game and just kind of waddle through, and they're not doing their leader effect until way later, then your cards are just better.
Yep.
Like, you just have bigger, better beaters. So I made those decisions like that, and I played a little bit more greedy in the mirror. Like, I didn't play as many Hawkins. I didn't play any Straw Swords. I didn't play all the tech for the mirror, which probably I should have because I played 7 mirrors.
Yeah, what were your first 3 rounds today in Top Cut?
Kid.
you know that makes sense. There were
Yeah.
9 of you in this thing.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of it just came down to, like, my opponent didn't have this or that, or, like, it's not a perfect. That's also a nice thing I like about One Piece is not always compared to DBS. You just don't always have everything.
Yeah.
Like in DBS, you just have to play around the secret. You have to play around this. You have to play around that because they always have it, right? In this game, it's like, the way they're playing, they don't have a 2K counter, or they don't have the 8-drop kit, or they don't have the Otama pistol, And then you can kind of use that information to your advantage and play in a game style where you're like, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, the weekend was super fun. Super well-run event by Machado. No issues at all. I like the best of 1 for this game in Swiss. I do think Top Cut best of 3 is nice. But I did like how smooth it ran and how quickly it went on. So that was good. But yeah, Kid best deck. I don't know.
Kid best, apparently.
Yeah, Kid best deck.
apparently, very, very clearly proven today. So, here's a very important question.
Yeah.
Are you going to switch to Luffy? You have a serial Luffy now. Are you going to switch?
I'm
to
not
Luffy?
going to switch to Luffy. He was actually my second pick for this event. And I would have probably played him if I just wanted to, like, have more fun. I don't know. I mean, Kid is fun to me. The way I play it, and like I see a lot of lines, and I'm like, oh, I can do this and do that and do this and do that. But it is sort of repetitive. I think sometimes Luffy has more of like, well, I didn't draw what I needed because I don't have searchers sometimes, and I just gotta make do with what I got. But it's kind of cool. I like this meta. I'm excited for the next meta because I think there's gonna open up a whole new world of like, oh wow, there's like these decks that are very powerful coming in. And we're going to see how everything adapts. It's going to be very interesting. I've heard a lot of things. I've watched some of the Japanese gameplay, but I can't wait to like try it out myself. It's going to be really fun.
You thinking about Kid moving forward, or do you think this is the last time you'll be playing Kid?
You'd have to evaluate. I mean, the faster the format, the worse Kid is, in my opinion. He has he can starve some in this format like Zoro of cards and really progress into the late game really well. But I don't think he can do that next format against Zoro because their late game is also very, like you can stall and then they whitebeard you or whatever. So it's gonna be hard for him. You might need something more explosive like the Kinemon. I think that's why it got more play and got more wins because it just gives you that advantage in the early turns of the game, and then you can maybe play more of a snowball green with still a good top end. You're ahead going into the top end instead of like even or behind sometimes, and you don't require it to catch up. It's just more of like a finisher for you. So I think that's how things are going to play out, but we'll see. I mean, my pet deck is going to be Sanji. I don't know if
Is
it's going
there
to
a
be
reason?
good. I think it's my favorite 2-color combination. It's a blue-green.
Blue-green.
And
Android
it
21.
reminds me of like blue-green Soul Striker. You remember back in the on tap 2?
Gotenks.
Yeah.
Gotenks was so good back
like
then.
I could just imagine like doing a law, bouncing a thing, playing a skill list, untapping 2, love beam on your turn. Like these things are going through my head. I'm just like, this is so plus, So it might not be good. But that'll be my pet deck. The same way Blue Purple Crocodile was my pet deck of this format. I know it's not gonna win anything, but I like to have a pet deck. So that's the deck like I can like devote time, play locals at, and have fun.
Those value-oriented decks.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the next set, and I'm excited for One Piece in general. I've been having a ton of fun with it, just playing casually. Like anytime I'm at the shop, it was like, hey, you want to play One Piece? Yeah, we'll play some pickup games and stuff like that. It's been really fun. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, shout out to Bandai for this one. I think they did a great job on the One Piece.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you for all the wonderful games
Thanks.
today. All the times you're on stream, killing it. Congratulations once again. And
Thank
do you have
you.
any shout outs before we close this out?
Yeah, shout out once again to my teammates. Jonathan helped me test a lot. All the guys at PPG that I go to locals and I test with, I tell them all the time, I'm like, trust me, guys, if you do well here, and a lot of one of our locals topped, and I think got like top 8er as well, besides Jonathan. I tell them, our locals, if you guys are playing against me and Jonathan, I promise you, it's the best testing you can get. And we proved it today. Shout out to our YouTube channel, Los Fiends. Check out, we're going to have the deck profile and our choices and why we made them and stuff like that. And we'll probably do some type of in-depth just deck profile. By the way, I played Jonathan in top 4 for people who don't know. And I won, but either one of us would have made it to the finals and potentially won. So basically the deck ran really well throughout the weekend. So we'll have that on our YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out. And again to PPG, again to all the commentators, all the judges, everybody, and to the One Piece community. Thanks.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Good luck in Dragon Ball Worlds.
Thank you.
And good job.